Hello, lovelies. I wanted to take a few minutes and read on what is happening. The Russian state TV is mocking Trump, the felon in the White House, for the damage that he's caused to the United States and the world order, and also to our economy, and then urged him to keep going for as long as possible. So let's take a look at what is coming up from that and where we're going with it. Be right back. Hello, lovelies. Len, and I'm said just a moment ago and then paused for a little bit, and now I'm coming back and refreshing my own memory, not yours. This reading is about Russian state TV mocking Trump, the felon in the White House, for all the damage that he's doing to the United States and the world order, who's in power, who's no longer in power, and making everybody scramble. And they're encouraging him to continue with this as long as possible, of course. In the more section is a video to the Russian Media Monitor YouTube channel that covers this. So anyway, I am using the Soha Mystic Tarot deck. And Soha and Mystic is way up here at the top, and I've tried to bring that up to the camera so that it's easy to see, and it just gets blurry. So there you go. All right, let's get into the reading. At the heart of the matter is the Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Wands in the upright position is somebody who is going into battle with a lot of power. And in reverse, this is just reckless behavior. And I think that we can all agree that that's what 45 is doing. He is just, it's a wrecking ball. He is taking a wrecking ball to all the norms in all the places at all times, allegedly. Crossed by the Page of Swords. And this card is about, oh gosh. This is part of the battle, but in reverse, and this was a reverse card. It's somebody who goes in thinking that they've got it all right, and yet they're just not satisfied with the way things are turning out. But they can't, I don't feel like he can get off that path. No, he's on it. He's on it. He hasn't learned anything from his lessons in life, allegedly. Foundational energy is the Two of Wands in reverse. In the upright, this card means feeling fulfilled with all of the accomplishments. In the reverse is that sense of stagnation and not just stagnation, but also not being satisfied with the way things have turned out. Energy passing away is the Ten of Swords in reverse. In the upright, this is a final slaying. In the reverse is hope and the potential for to live another day, if you will. And this card was in the reverse, but that's energy passing away. So is the hope going away as well? Did the hope die with whoever this person is? That we have the potential to live another day? Overarching energy is the Three of Pentacles. This is partnership and working together to get the job done. Unfortunately, who's he working with to get the job done? We have those answers already. We know that it's um, Fleon. We know that it's uh, Who and Ten, and all of the minions that they gather around them and scoop up and talk them into doing their bidding, who will then take the fall for them later on. So moving on. Energy coming to bear is the sun in reverse. The sun is the brightest and most beautiful card of the deck when it is in the upright position. It is the light of day shining on everything. In the reversed position, however, things are going to go back under the rug. And so I don't know. I don't, if all the things that 45 and all of the cabal around him ever come out, it will certainly be long after I'm gone. And anyway, so, but for the younger generations who are seeing what's happening, they deserve to know. They deserve to know how he took advantage of our country, how he took advantage of other countries around the world, how he bullied his way through and to get his way. And it's not just bully behavior, because the playground bully can be, mm, no, that's not a statement I can make. In his case, I've heard a lot of statements made by different people that have tried to push back, have tried to hold him responsible, that the way he responds to that is with threats and violence. Um, it's very mob energy. I have no proof of that. So this is an alleged statement. But if that's the case, what else do you want me to share with this? I think a number of the documents, the the evidence of the crimes plural, will be forever classified documents. And that could be because other classified information is attached to it, and those secrets can never be revealed, or at least not in any kind of near future timeline. Okay, scoot this part over a little bit and come to legs of the reading. All right, in the 0 to 3 month We have at the top of this, we have the Emperor, which this is this is 45 and his friend over in the Red Country. And then we have the Empress, which is the Mother Russia card. And I don't know why I just said the Red Country versus Mother Russia here. Funny. So this is 45 and Putin working together. That's what this represents. And this is all about destroying world order. Next, in the hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Wands. In the upright position, this is the start of something new. This is the energy required to make things happen, big things happen. And this is fire energy. In the reverse position, it is making things happen still, but it is not for the greater good. And that is their hope and our fear. Who is this serving? And the final outcome is the moon in reverse. In the upright position, the moon is secrets and things that are hidden. In the reverse position, some of those things will come out. Now, a moment ago, I said that there's very likely going to be information that will never be revealed. And that is likely because of other classified information that's attached to it, or because it's just so embarrassing. I don't know. We'll see. In the 3 to 6 month row, at the top, we have Temperance in reverse. In the upright, this is such a beautiful card. This card, in the upright position, it represents balance. And so in the reverse, it means imbalance. And that really is the goal, is to throw everybody off balance and to keep them off balanced. And how they do that is by the Magician in reverse. The magician can create magic, but in the reverse, it is sleight of hand, manipulation, it is brainwashing, it is using people to do their deeds who later take the fall for them. In the hopes and fears is the Strength card. The hope is that they look strong, that nobody calls them on the BS, that nobody pushes back. And in the final outcome in the 3 to 6 month is the Three of Wands in reverse. Upright, this is somebody who is looking out over the ocean towards the future and the possibilities. In the reverse, this card is feeling like there's stagnation and hopelessness. And that really is how they want us to feel. Because if we are hopeless, we are easier to control. But if you're paying attention, and by the way, today is Saturday, April 12th, 2025. So if you're seeing this reading in the future, fine. Um, one of the things that is happening today is a a rally with Senator Bernie Sanders and AOC in Los Angeles. And they have the highest turnout rate ever for Bernie Sanders rally. There are more than 30,000 people who've been counted at that rally. So the rally participation is growing, which means people are done tolerating this. We are no longer hopeless. And I might do a segue reading on that. We'll see. All right. Depends on how much time I have. It's about 7 o'clock p.m. and I have a cat who gets fed at 7 and a dog who gets fed at 7, and they're all right here going, need me. Anyway, so that hopelessness, nah, we are powerful and we are magical and we have the power to overcome this easily. I think if we had a real flu, how easy it was to overcome this. And really, that clue is protests either every weekend or every single day. And I do believe that we are going to come to an every single day. Greater numbers, greater number of cities participating. That will drive home our message. Anyway, all right. And then in the 6 to 12 month row, the Four of Swords in reverse, in the upright position, it always cracks me up that they call this the card of contemplation, but they're contemplating on top of a coffin. Really? How is that contemplation? And introspection and that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're taking a rest on a hardwood box and we're thinking. In the reverse, this is that this is more reckless behavior. Dear God, I hope he's not still in the White House in 4 years or in 12 months. Although I will say, in one of the videos that I produced last week, I talked about how 45 has been part of our lives, front and center, in our face, almost without pause. For sure, for the last 10 years. But he was also in our face often and regularly during President Obama's administration, undermining President Obama left, right, and central as often as he possibly could, because apparently his head broke that, a man with a darker skin tone than his, than 45's, happened to be in the White House. Oh, the horrors. If they go back and amend the Constitution, that we can have three or more terms for a president. God, I hope President Obama runs again just to break 45's head all over again, if for no other reason. But I also happen to love President Obama and Michelle, because they're pretty amazing people. All right, so Four of Swords in reverse, recklessness, and the desire to continue to create the destruction that we've already seen over here. Next, we have the King of Pentacles. This is this relates to all the corruption and how they benefit from it. Pentacles is both a physical and financial health suit in the tarot deck, and this particular card is definitely representing the greed, the drive for chaos to create greater greed, or to create that money stream for those who are in the oligarchy. positions. Their hopes and fears for the future is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. In the upright position, this is being out in the cold, left out in the cold. If you can see the card at all, this particular person here, sorry, I'm moving around a lot. This person here is walking with crutches and they are in snow. This is a winter scene. So they're out in the cold if it's in the upright position. In the reverse position is there's still room for hope for them to continue. And I suspect by this point it's his, I'm going to call them offspring, but I don't mean Don Jr. I don't mean his five kids. I mean the offspring of the people who are part of his cabal, who are working to be corrupt and take advantage of that corruption to continue to have that money stream available. And then finally is the Nine of Cups in reverse. In the upright position, this is the part of this card is abundance, and yet it is not complete abundance. There is, I'm sorry, this is a reversed card, so let me read it as a reversed. I'm sitting here getting messages coming through, so I'm not I'm not distracted. I'm not off topic. It's just listening. They feel like they feel like their abundance is incomplete. They're still incredibly greedy. My goodness. How sad for them that that's all their life consists of, that that's the only thing that they chase after to make them happy. Hmm. What an empty life. Okay, that is my reading. Thanks for hanging out with me. I do want to take a moment to bring you back to that place of calm and center, um, and know that we will be okay. And that will be okay is coming sooner than what this card reading implies. Do I feel like there are still going to be people like Steve Bannon and Fleon and a particular General Flynn who are still out there, still trying to cause an undermining of our democracy? Absolutely. Will they go into hiding? I'd give it a couple years, but yes, I do believe they will. I feel like those who are left behind after 45 is gone are going to try and continue, and they just don't have the following that 45 has. 45, I've never seen anybody who is allegedly as corrupt as he is. But also how he is able to manipulate people into believing in him, and believing that he is a better person than he really is. And that is the prime definition of brainwashing. And unfortunately, the cognitive dissonance for people when they realize that what they've believed all along is not true, it's harsh. It's harsh. And on that note, take a deep breath in and let it out. And let any fear that this has brought up for you fall away from your body. Feel your muscles relax. And think of something that brings you joy and happiness, puts a big smile on your face. And hold that energy to you because that's really what matters. You are made of stardust and magic. You are far more powerful than you know, and you are profoundly loved. Thanks for being with me. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.